Hello everybody. I thought we could take a look at the April 18th People magazine with Bruce Willis on the cover. Bruce's battle and his family's love. The beloved superstar retires because of speech and cognitive issues as his wife, Emma, ex-wife Demi Moore, and five daughters he has rally behind him. We have Lady Gaga up here. There's a whole section on the Grammys and Chris Rock. How Chris Rock is moving on after the Oscars. Here's a very tiny photo of the family. There's obviously more in the magazine. Let's get started. And we have our chatter celebrities here. First we have Fran Drescher, and she is saying in response, she's talking about dating after her divorce. And she says, when I first got divorced and I was in my early 40s, it was like the animal let out of the zoo. Oh boy. And then we have Christopher Maloney here, and he was asked to define the word zaddy. And he says, I think it's an elderly gentleman who kind of exudes a certain athleticism, maybe sex appeal. Here we have Mandy Moore, and she apparently vomited when she read the script for the penultimate This Is Life episode, and this is her comment on that. It was so beautiful and upsetting. That was my physical reaction. And up here we have Chris Pine, and this is very interesting. He's talking about the stars that he has been mistaken for. So he says, I've gotten Ryan Reynolds, Brad Pitt, Hemsworth, and Matt Damon, and he kind of looks like a combination of all of those people, doesn't he? And look at the handsome Idris Elba, and he is being asked about people finding his voice sexy, and he says, I'm baffled by that. I think I sound like a market trader from Canning Town. And this is Issa Rae, and she kind of says a word that I'm not going to say, but I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to censor her. And she is in response to some Twitter buzz about her having a baby bump. She says, let a bee eat, drink, and be merry. And that's true. If she's happy, we're happy, right? If I were her, I wouldn't even read Twitter. 5 things we're talking about this week. Let's start with number 5. Eric Church cancels his concert to watch basketball. He announced he'd make it up to the fans with a free show in September. Well, he's got to have a life, right? Next, we have Hillary Burton and Jeffrey Dean Morgan have started a booze brand. It's called MF Libations, and they will start off anyway with a smoky rye and a blackberry gin. And this is very cool. Look, a tiny Bronte book has resurfaced, and this is by Charlotte Bronte. And this is it was found tucked in an envelope in a private collection, and it's called A Book of Rhymes, and it's up for auction in New York City for $1.25 million. Tom Cruise hosts the Royals. The actor invited William and Kate to a private screening of Top Gun Maverick in London. And this is after learning that William loved the 1986 original. That's not cool. That's very cool. Bridgerton gets a prequel. The Netflix show will detail how Charlotte and George's relationship shifted society. So look forward to that. Coming. It's an ad for Lactaid. Real milk, real delicious, and it is real delicious. An ad for serving the Hamptons. Stream now on Discovery Plus. I've never watched it. Table of contents. That's a nice picture, isn't it? We'll be seeing a lot more of them in a few pages. And here's the Grammys. Look at the suit. The man of the hour musician, John, with no H, John Batiste. The night's most nominated artist with 11, and he walked away with how many? 5. I thought so. Kind of reminds me of, it's channeling Michael Jackson a little bit there, I think. So let's see. More stars win big. Let's go up here. Show opener Silk Sonic. Up here we have Bruno and Anderson. And they pull off what they are calling a clean sweep. And they took home 4 Grammys, including Record and Song of the Year, for Leave the Door Open. It's a nice picture. I'm getting a little glare. I couldn't help it. And we have Country Star here, Chris Stapleton, and he adds 3 new trophies to his collection of 5 for Best Country Song and Album. It's awesome. And here we have the winners of Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. Forgive me, I don't know how to say this beautiful young lady's name, SCA, and Doja Cat. And they cried grateful tears. Best New Artist, Olivia Rodrigo. She won 3, and apparently she dropped 1 and broke it, but that's okay. They'll fix it or give her a new one, I'm sure. Congratulations to her. Here we have Lady Gaga, and there is Tony Bennett. And his family has announced that he has had his Alzheimer's diagnosis last year, but she had her performance. Look at her pretty dress. And here we have Eddie Van Halen's son, and his name is Wolfgang Van Halen. And there's his girlfriend. Let's see her name, Andrea. I think Andrea maybe Alsop. And there's Mom. There's Valerie Bertinelli, all smiles. And he was a Best Song nominee. Good for him. I'm very happy. Best Pop Duo / Group Performance nominees reunited with their Butter collaborator, Megan Thee Stallion. And this is BTS. And look at this. To me, this is channeling Prince, or maybe even Sgt. Pepper's, Lil Nas X, and he gave a show-stopping performance from a medley of hits from his album, Montero. And up there, double nominee Nas marked the 20th anniversary of his album, Godson, with a career-spanning performance of hits like I Can and Made You Look. And Carrie Underwood, look at that dress. Man, that's something else. And she won Best Roots Gospel Album. And she performed her latest single, Ghost Story, live for the very first time at the Grammys. Oh boy, look at that little smoocheroonie. Justin Bieber and Haley. And who do we have here? Brandi Carlile and wife Katherine Shepard, nominated for 5 awards. Brandi was. And there's Joni Mitchell, and she was honored at the MusiCares Person of the Year fundraiser gala. She says, "That was such an incredible evening. I can retire now." And here, first time nominee, Jimmy Allen, performed his new single, Down Home. Look at these. Everybody pretty in pink here. Trend alert pink. Chrissy Teigen, Billy Porter. I don't know how to say it. Tinashe. Sel Wady. And even Trevor Noah with his nice pink tuxedo. I might have flubbed the names, but listen, they look beautiful. Everybody looked beautiful. That is, it's very spring-like, isn't it? And here we have our ad for that Easter egg cheesecake. They're going to have, let's see what ad they put out next. Easter's about to be over. And look at this. They are making an Enchanted sequel. So we have Patrick Dempsey and Amy Adams on set here. And here we have Gigi Hadid on a shoot for Maybelline, a Maybelline ad, eating a piece of pizza. But look at this outfit she has on. She can pull it off. She got on a dress, a hoodie, and a blazer. And, ooh, what do we have here? On March 30th, a shirtless Jonathan Majors ended up covered in some sand on the beach in Venice, on Venice Beach, California, on the set of Creed 3, also starring Michael B. Jackson. So we'll look forward to that. What do we have here? Oh, we have Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker. They're on Broadway. And in Neil Simon's Plaza Suite, they play 3 different couples. But the other story, which this may have gotten printed after, is that at least he has COVID. I don't know about her. You would assume they would both have it. And I think they had to either have their understudies or maybe even cancel a few. Winning Smiles, Beverly Hills, April 2nd. Michaela J. Rodriguez is the recipient of GLAAD's Stephen F. Kozak Award. And here she is with, here they are with Andrew Garfield. Strolling About Town, L.A., March 28th, we have Bennifer here. And she has on a Valentino floral sweater and bell-bottom jeans. Taking a little stroll. Look at this little guy here. This is an ad for Nutro. And look at this beagle. You just want to kiss him. Here's that cozy ad. What's next for Chris Rock? Well, he'll be all right. He is on tour, I think, that he was planning anyway before the incident. So, yep, sold out stand-up comedy shows. And he is seen in several pictures there. Let's see. There's a quote here. Yep, except for a couple weird things, life's pretty good right now. And there's Will and Jada. And it says ready to heal. She had tweeted, "This is a season for healing and I'm here for it." And it will be, everything will be fine. Stars speak out on the slab, but you know, we'll give things time. And everything's going to be fine. There will be a new controversy. Ooh, getting serious. Ryan Seacrest and Aubrey Page. She is a model, age 24. He age 47. But looks like they're an up-and-coming couple. Happy anniversary to Neil Patrick Harris. And I'm pretty sure that's his husband, but maybe not. David Burtka. I think they're married. I don't really know. Date night. Oh, Rihanna with that baby bump. When is the baby due? I don't know, do they say? I don't know. I'll miss seeing her in all her maternity fashion. But there she is with her man. ASAP Rocky? Or do you call it him ASAP Rocky? I don't know. But they sure look happy, and I can't wait for their baby to be born. James Vaughn and Jonathan Bennett. And they are at the GLAAD Media Awards. A newlywed outing, so they must have just gotten married. Oh, look at those pants. John Legend talks about Vegas and family. Look at, there's some nice pictures of his wife and his kids. And his quote is, "No one should feel ashamed for needing help sometimes." I sure hope nobody feels ashamed about that. He's absolutely right. Camila Cabello on Finding New Strength. She's feeling amazing after a difficult few years. And here she has a collaboration with Ed Sheeran. Is Jim Carrey really retiring? Well, it sounds like he's going to be working on his art. And he seems to enjoy the quiet life. He was in a Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie. He was Dr. Robotnik. But he's 60, and hopefully he can just kick back and he'll know if it's time to come back, right? Here's Katy Perry's Hideaway Mansion on sale for $19.5 million. Let's take a look at this. It is, can you see? Yep. 5427 square feet. She purchased it for 14.2 million. No, wait a minute. It hasn't been her primary base since 2020. She purchased a 14.2 million family-friendly spread in Montecito with Orlando Bloom. That's where they live now. So this must just be someplace where she hasn't lived and she's trying to sell it. Look at it, it's beautiful. Okay, let's look at the passages. I did not know. I knew that Alec Baldwin had a daughter with Kim Basinger, she's an adult, Ireland. But they are expecting their 7th child. I never knew that about him. I knew he was married to a younger woman, but I didn't know that they even had 6 kids, and now we're adding a 7th. Lifestyle blogger Lauren Scruggs and husband Jason Kennedy welcomed a baby. Weddings of Victoria's Secret model Josephine Scriver and her musician boyfriend Alexander De Leon have gotten married. Country singer Parker McCollum married girlfriend Hallie Light in Texas. And we have our death section. Actor Paul Herman, who was in Goodfellas and The Sopranos, has passed away. He was a wonderful actor as well as a dear friend, says Robert De Niro. And Susan Lucci, well, I don't know if they were still married, but Helmut Huber was a TV producer. He was married to Susan Lucci for 52 years, and he has passed away at age 84 on Long Island. Happy birthday, Samira Wiley. I loved her on Orange is the New Black. I don't know how to say her name. Miss Ronan. We all know who she is, if you can see it. And Seth Rogen. I've seen that young lady in a million things, but I don't know how to say her name. And this is very sad. The Wanted's Tom Parker dies at 33. And he is a British boy bander, and he had brain cancer. I mean, how sad. Engagement survivor contestant Zeke Smith proposed to Superstore actor Nico Santos at the GLAAD Media Awards. Was the answer yes? Yes, the answer was yes. They are engaged. Golfer Jack Nicklaus has announced he will no longer participate in the par 3 kickoff contest at the Masters tournament. And crime, this isn't a common one. Soccer star Hope Solo was arrested in Winston-Salem, North Carolina for suspicion for driving while impaired with her 2 children in the car. We'll see how that one plays out. And then this is a sad. Estelle Harris has passed at age 93. My husband still will watch Seinfeld sometimes in the evening if I'm still working or doing whatever. So funny. She will be missed. And then Jason Alexander had tweeted and paying tribute to her. The joy of playing with her and relishing in her glorious laughter is what he'll remember. I'm sure he has fond memories, and here's some nice photos. So funny. I don't know if this is a real picture or not. Look at this dog. It might be a Photoshop trick, but it's an IMS ad. And this is a rescue cat. Her name is Lizzie, and her creative owner, they're recreating iconic film scenes with Lizzie here. Look at, she's supposed to be one of the T-Rexes in Jurassic Park. There she is in The Mandalorian, Titanic, and Jaws. It's just too funny. Look at that. And here is Sesame Street's little Julia, their little character, promoting early screening for autism, which they can make a lifetime of difference. Movie coming out, or might already be out, Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. This is the best Beast so far, and by far. April 15th, PG-13. Might be a good movie to go see while everybody's maybe off on a little vacation from work or school. Q&A, I saw this young man on a talk show, Udkarsh Ambudkar. And he's been in a lot of things, and he's in a lot of things that are currently out. He's a very busy person. But he says here, on that note, I guess, here's some of, well, he's in The Dropout, he's on Ghosts, and he's in a couple, 2 movies, Marry Me and Free Guy. And he says, I had 13 failed pilots before this. He's speaking to having all of these projects coming out now. So I understand what it's like to hustle. He has been very lucky, and he knows it. This is a documentary on HBO called Cow, and it profiles what a dairy cow goes through. And that's probably really sad, but if you want to watch it, I'm sure you'll learn a lot. Anatomy of a Scandal. What's this on Netflix? Sienna Miller and Rupert Friend. Might be good. I might watch that if I'm not finding something. Thomas Rhett, Where We Started, a new country album. Available now if you want to try that out. Here's an ad for Kids Are Crazy for Cat Kid Comic Club. An all-new graphic novel from the creator of Dog Man by Dave Pilkey. The Captain Underpants guy. That's what my kids read. It's an Olay ad. I saw an ad for this movie, and now that I've read this a little bit, I know more about it, but it sure seems like an action-packed production, and it's called Ambulance. Jake Gyllenhaal, and I'm going to screw this guy's name up for he was from The Watchmen. I don't know, Abdul Mateen II. And they star as Danny and Will, and they are 2 robbers and brothers. So if you like car chases and just action-packed scenes, this is April 8th, rated R though. And here is Grey's Anatomy, Greg Tarzan Davis, and he was a former teacher, but now he's on Grey's Anatomy. Look at that handsome face. Coming up, when's this? When is the CMT Music Awards are April 15th at 8. So be sure to catch that. And A Black Lady Sketch Show is back for season 3, April 8th. What is this new cat litter? A litter that lasts 50% longer, so you can change it less often. Listen, I might give it a try. I might not. Here we have some books. Delia Ephron, Left on 10th. This is the book of the week. This is Delia, sister of Nora. And this is she's a playwright and a screenwriter. And this is a memoir, and it covers some grim territory, losing her spouse, mourning her sibling, and confronting her own mortality, which the latter two situations will often do. Tara M. Stringfellow, Memphis. This sounds really good. I'm going to write this one down. I would like this too, but actually they all sound good. Fleeing domestic violence, a mother and her two daughters move into the ancestral home of that grandmother Hazel always meant as a refuge. And that's appealing to me because I kind of feel like that's what I'm doing with my old house. It's often unsuccessfully, though. There they navigate real and imaginary boundaries to create a safe space, and it spans 70 years. It just sounds very interesting. And this one does too, The Candy House by Jennifer Egan. And a tech mogul develops your own unconscious app. I'm assuming it's an app, which allows users to share memories in a collective cloud. I mean, just think of that. It sounds fascinating, doesn't it? New and nonfiction. Luma Muffler, Learning America. That's what it looks like. And this author started a soccer team to help refugee kids, and it grew into a network of schools and a movement. Easy Beauty by Chloe Cooper Jones. And born with a rare and painful disability, the author retreated to avoid judgment and pity until motherhood made her rethink and inspired her to claim a place in the world. And then we have Bittersweet by Susan Cain, from the author of Quiet. It's an exploration on how embracing life's darkness can help us appreciate the light. And that's very true. Here we have Bruce Willis and beautiful photos of his family. Five daughters he has. It's lovely. Let's read more about him. And there's a quote from a Willis friend. Bruce is genuinely a nice guy and a true family man. And here is Emma, his wife after Demi, but they all sure seem, they're one big happy family. I mean, this is something that she just, Demi just tweeted in a couple months ago, maybe even last month, March 29th. They seem happy. Here's his two younger daughters with their mom. So what is aphasia? That's what Bruce has been diagnosed with. It broadly refers to an impairment of language that affects the production or comprehension of speech and can also affect the ability to read or write. How can a person develop aphasia? Well, there are two main causes. It can either develop after a traumatic brain injury, such as a stroke or aneurysm, or it could develop due to dementia or other degenerative diseases. Willis is not known to have suffered a brain injury. So I don't think they know. It will reveal itself. This is what I remember Bruce Willis. The first thing I remember seeing him in is Moonlighting. We loved that show. My husband and I did, and we were a young couple back then. We used to watch it all the time. He's had such a long and varied career. He's been in so many things: Die Hard, Pulp Fiction, Armageddon, The Sixth Sense, and Glass. I've never heard of that. And here's his wife. New wife, beautiful pictures. Seems awfully happy. we have Michelle. I'm going to try. Yo. Look at that face. Look at that beautiful face. Beautiful earrings. What I Know Now. After a string of martial arts movies and hits like Crazy Rich Asians, the acclaimed actress has tackled a wild new role while surrounding herself with positivity. And this is a small picture, but she's in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once with Jamie Lee Curtis. There's a better picture on the next page of these two. Their new project. Here she is as a little girl. And she studied ballet as a child. Here she's with Pierce Brosnan, Tomorrow Never Dies, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Memoirs of a Geisha, and Crazy Rich Asians. And here she is with her, I don't know if it's her husband, partner of 18 years, so they might not be married. And his name is Jean Todt. Don't dwell on regrets. Focus on reflection. It's one of the little tidbits of advice she has for us. This gentleman has passed. He was a celebrity photographer, Patrick de Marchelier. And he was 78 of undisclosed causes. But here are some of the beautiful photos that he took. Christy Turlington, Naomi Campbell, Madonna, Beyonce, and there's Princess Di. A good picture is a moment. You catch the moment, is a quote here. He was given a camera as a young man by his stepfather, and that is what launched his passion for photography. He was only 17 and looking good. Cheryl Lee Ralph. It's been an amazing journey. Look at that dress, so pretty. So, and she's in Abbott Elementary now, but she has been a lot of different things, and here she is in the middle in Dreamgirls. A career of sparkle and substance. There's the Mighty Quinn. Moesha was on for a long time. Ray Donovan. And there's her current show, Abbott Elementary, and here's her with her family. Little picture, but hopefully you can see them. Here, I'll bring it up close. Look at those beautiful smiles. I don't want to skip anything here. And look at Pamela. Pamela Anderson is on Broadway in Chicago. Roxy Hart, moving on. A whole new, chapter in her career. And she's looking great. Here's all the former Roxy Harts. And she is ready to razzle-dazzle them. 1 year later, Remembering Philip. And here we have the royal family. These kids are growing up. They left the little guy at home. They left Lewis at home. Some nice pictures. Look at there, Charlotte. These kids, they grow up too fast. And there's Philip there. And here we have a sad story. The faces of the fentanyl epidemic. The opioid is killing 100,000 Americans a year, including all these photos here, and they have a theme. They're all pretty young. And there are some stories detailing different parents and loved ones, and then people trying to help. But let's read this little thing here. Fentanyl by the numbers. 9.6 million counterfeit pills containing fentanyl were seized by the DEA in 2021. 73%, that is the percentage of drug-related deaths that involve fentanyl. 2 milligrams is the amount of fentanyl that can kill an adult. We're not going to dwell on this sad story, but it's worth, I thought it's worth talking about for a second here. These people are protesting Snapchat because they say they are not doing enough to prevent the sale of fentanyl. And there is easy access online, what parents need to know. And these are some of the emojis that people are using as like code for drugs. And here are more faces of people, lives lost by this. It's sad. Here we have Robin Roberts, her guide for joy. And here she is with her, are they married? Her partner, Amber Lane, I think. That's a nice picture. And she is at work, and things that make her smile. And I see a doggy there. Breaking a sweat makes her smile. Her rescue dog, Lucas. Cute. The dog has over 17,000 Instagram fans. So I guess he's well known. And her prayer warriors. Here's people's, they always have like an unsolved mystery, true crime story. A mom's life cut short. Who killed Alicia Jackson? She was murdered in front of her baby in 2010, and no one has been charged. Could a high school class help solve the case? And this is a high school in Mason, Ohio. And for the last 3 years, this forensic class has been researching this. Wouldn't that be something else if they cracked the case? Hopefully they find answers. It's an incredibly sad story. Probably going to butcher this name, but Garcelle Beauvais. I don't watch her show, but this lady is on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And she's from Haiti. Here she is as a little girl in Haiti. Here's some pictures. There she is again with mom, circa 1967. And her children and her partners. And she's been in several things. Here's some of her projects. Jamie Foxx show, NYPD Blue, Real Housewives, and then The Real. She says, I never traveled with glam till I got on Housewives. So that must have been what made her. She came here at age 7. She came to Massachusetts with mom in search of a better life. Here we have Top Gun Mavericks, Glenn Powell, ready to launch. That's a nice picture. After years of playing sexy scene stealers, the Apollo 10.5 actor gets ready for a blockbuster boost. Here's his proud family. He was in Hidden Figures, which is a wonderful movie. I loved it. Set It Up, and Apollo 10.5. Blackish is ending. Farewell to a game-changing comedy. And they have a little play on words here. Goodbye-ish. As Blackish approaches its finale, stars look back on 8 hilarious and powerful seasons together. That's a nice picture. It's very colorful. We have Tracy Ellis Ross here. It's always cool when a series has children in it and they grow up. Marcus Scribner, Marseille Martin, Miles Brown, Yara Shahidi, and that this was played by twins Berlin and Austin Gross. Look at how they grew up. And there's Anthony Anderson, a proud TV dad, and he says he's very excited to see how these young people, where their careers are going to go. And here are some of the unforgettable moments. It was on for 8 seasons, and then it has 3 sequels: Grownish, Mixed-ish, and Oldish. Here's James Marsden. I try to lead with my heart. And here he is in Sonic. If my kids were younger, I would have watched that movie. Proud Dad. And here are some of the things he's been in. The Notebook, Hairspray, Enchanted, and Westworld. Some accessories, some beautiful purses. Look at orange, green, and pink. Beautiful earrings. And ankle-wrap sandals. Then we have some celebs with higher-end versions of these more modest-priced items. Here we have a couple recipes. Butter braised lamb chops. This is by Alexis Deboshnik. She has written a book, To the Last Bite cookbook. It's 18 lamb chops it calls for. That's a lot of lamb chops. And these, I might attempt these because I have a lot of potatoes and I'm looking for something new. And this is Tegan Gerard. She is a food blogger and author of Half-Baked Harvest Every Day, Herb and Parmesan Potato Stacks. Jimmy Dean sausage ad. And this, Cardia Brown, I hope I'm saying your name right. Green beans with bacon and molasses glaze. And she is a judge of Food Network's Spring Baking Championship. They have some grapefruit drinks here. Spring Fling cocktail, grapefruit juice, vodka, and a tablespoon of elderflower liqueur. And then they have a mocktail where you're boiling sugar and water and adding thyme sprigs. Let it cool down, and then add some thyme syrup and grapefruit juice, and then seltzer. Definitely different. Here's their puzzles. Jake Gyllenhaal. Look at these snazzy white pants. I love good food with the people I love. And I'm not showing Jake's beautiful face there. He got into sourdough bread baking during the pandemic. Cat chow ad. Look at this little ginger tabby with her little girl here reading a book. Isn't that cute? Scan the code. This is by McCormick. Bunny butt cupcakes, and it looks like you would just have to cut up marshmallows and probably stick them on with frosting. It's cute, isn't it? I have an Easter Better Homes and Gardens I'm going to try to do this week. Let's see what the week brings me. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week.